Y'all want to know what's interesting? What I just found out by way of revelation is that, and dream state, you know how much we depend on as above, so below, like the messages coming from above to help us on our journey. Who are those messages coming from? So we have the complete surrounding of our ancestors, archangels, you may want to also involve, or they're involving you rather, because it's one of those that they choose you sort of things. Whoever else is on that level of divinity, along with your higher self, everything, everybody, your team, your spiritual team. Also, in regards to your passed over loved ones, we're still like living with them. It may not be alongside them. Obviously, in this dimension, they have migrated to a different dimension, which some of us are able to visit with them. They can still visit with us. We meet up somewhere. By way of the revelation I received is we're still doing work. We're spiritual beings. Just because they've passed on, there's still work to be done even for them. And if it involves us, or if we can involve ourselves in it, then it's going to be done. I heard just like there has to be balance. And even because physically they're not here, we can still, I heard improvise. We can still make some sort of amends is the word that I'm getting right now. So that involves balance and achieving that. So, excuse me, in my dream state, I was avenging my mother who has passed on. And not that I would have known that there was an issue before she left, but I didn't know, the key players in this other than other family members. But it happened to be someone who was stealing from her, and I caught them red-handed. But it was like they were stealing from her after she was gone. So that was letting me know that my mother obviously was being taken advantage of in some way, but she was never able to get the job completed in regards to, finding out who the person was and then, having them sentenced in whatever way. And this could have even been something from even one of her former lives. I feel like it just all works together. We can't really call a thing in that realm, like that realm of what is the unknown. Like we can't really touch it. So we can't really call it a thing. All we can do is just take note, take heed, and observe, and know that what we're receiving is just that. It is what it is in that regard. So that just kind of puts me in a mindset of, we're always working, whether we're awakened, whether we're asleep at night in the dream state, whether we even know that something's happening on our behalf, whether we are interceding in something that was, done to someone we're connected to. Like the word improvise is coming up again. It's like we're always being in a position of being put to work. And, we want to call ourselves light workers, but it doesn't even necessarily just mean here in the physical. Like I heard to be taken advantage of. So us being workers, we have to be on call is what that means to me. Just being on call, like a nurse would be on call. We could be moved to any, and it can't even be a physical place because we're talking about the spiritual realm. We could be moved to any realm or location inside of a dimension. We can be moved anywhere. So that lets me also consider that we could be transformed into other things, not necessarily having a vessel of flesh and blood and bones, but we can become so many different things. Like, you guys, it's really amazing to even consider that a lot of this has already been happening, but in the physical, we haven't even caught up to the idea that it actually has already happened and has been happening. It's really, truly amazing, y'all. I'm being reminded of even like we also could have been used as monitoring spirits, but not in the evil sense, not to go get information and take it back and use it to their disadvantage for our advantage. No, it's to help them as light workers, going to get the information and bringing it back to whomever needed it. It could have been my passed over loved one who needed the information that I was able to observe. And I'm like, well, why the heck was I shown that? What is that even for? But still being spiritually minded, taking note of it, but still just not knowing where to place it. It was for someone, whether they're physically here in the flesh and blood or not, passed over, but they still have some work that needs to be done, completed. But since we're here in the physical and we're able to touch certain things, that's possibly how it gets transferred to the other dimension to get the job done or to get that person healing, the healing that they never received. Or, before they left here, it was an issue, but that issue never got resolved. Or there was somebody who was doing them wrong and that person who was doing them wrong never got dealt with. So therefore that ancestor is still feeling some type of way about they were cheating me the whole time and I didn't even know. But by the time I found out, it was too late. I was already out of there. I was gone. And even in the physical, we could still be dealing with those feelings of that could have happened to us in a past. Like, y'all, this thing, like we will never have it figured out. We will never have this thing figured out. So all I can say to you to encourage you is just always just walk in the light, no matter how it looks. Don't worry about it. It's going to connect somewhere. It's going to help someone somewhere. But most of all, you're helping yourself by walking in alignment. But then that alignment causes other things to have to fall in line. Just because you took the stance to say, I'm going to walk in light. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to XYZ. I'm going to follow my truth, whatever that is. And wow, what a journey, y'all. Anyway, I hope this helps.